How's it going, everybody? It's me, Nothing XS, here today with our first live stream, I guess, for Captain Tsubasa. I know K-Lab isn't streaming tonight, so we're going to be covering for him. And by covering for him, I mean we're going to be talking about some of the stuff that's happening right now. Kind of what I want to go over is March premiere event. I want to go over the True Aces banner and how good those characters are. And I want to go over the characters that are available from the March premiere event. After that, we're going to do some Team Doctor. If you have any questions about your team and you kind of want to try to make it a little bit better, then we can definitely work on that. I can definitely try to help you out with whatever characters you might have. All you got to do is send me a picture and we'll see what's up. First things first, though, I do want to start off by kicking my True Aces transfer. That's how we're going to start them off. We're just going to go ahead and we're going to spend the Dream Ball. One whole Dream Ball. See what happens. So let's see what happens. Kick that Dream Ball. It's nothing. Of course it's nothing. How's it going, PBMU? That would be, I do believe that's Serpenter. Yep, okay, so we got a trash unit. What a surprise. If you're not surprised, I'm not surprised. So, let's talk a little bit about what kind of stuff we got going on. I mean, I guess I'll wait a little bit for people to show up. You know, I'm not popular like Taravat. I gotta give more time for people to start showing up here. You know. Alright, so my voice is a little rocky. I played a bunch of games last night. Yeah, I mean, tonight there should be no K-Lab stream, right? They're off being silly at some anime con, is my understanding. So that is what it is. Let's talk a little bit about the March premiere event then. You know, if you guys have any questions, you can go ahead and ask. I don't want to like take too long because I figure that I don't want to run over. I don't want to run too far over an hour. That would be kind of rough. Let's make sure that this logo, my terrible logo, is not just out here just destroying everything. You know what? Let's throw it down here. This is normally where I would put it anyway for anything else. So that's where it's going to live. We're going to put it down there. It's going to be a happy logo. Anyway. Let's talk a little bit about the March premiere event. So the March premiere event is a current event that's happening. If you are definitely looking to get some good characters or some good items, and you are a casual player, I can tell you that this is not the event for you. A lot of people right now are going, wait, what? Alright. So a lot of you free-to-play players are probably, you know, I mean, if you're watching the stream, you definitely are in here like, you know, I really want to try hard. Well, the good news is that you get 27 Dream Balls for completing each and every one of these different, you know, difficulties of every match. Obviously, one per, so if you play like this one, you know, you get your Dream Ball, like any other match in the game. So you got 27 Dream Balls. They gave us 27 Dream Balls worth of events right here. And on top of that, I guess I skipped the login bonus, but we can definitely take a look at what the login bonus is about right now. If you log on throughout this sort of like this week or such, I think it's like a little longer than 10 days. Dream Balls. If you log on for a little bit, you know, I saw the players, but oh boy, I forgot. It doesn't have the, there you go, March premiere campaign. If you look through the March premiere campaign, you'll notice that they do give us a lot of Dream Balls. Let's look at how much they give us. How many of them they give us. On the first day you get 5, on the third day you get 10, 4th 5, 6th 10, 7th 5, 9th 10. That's, if you can do math, that's 45 Dream Balls. That is an unconscionable amount of Dream Balls. That's a lot of them. On top of that, considering that you get something like 1 a day, 5 a week, basically they're getting you ready. They're buttering you up for the upcoming Dreamfest. We don't know what the upcoming Dreamfest is going to be like, but it's going to be crazy. There's definitely, they just put a Dream Collection out with what, like 3 different Dream Collection banners, and the current banner is 4 different player banners. So from Japan, you know, if you don't know this yet, there is a Japanese version of this game where there's only the Japanese, like only Japanese players. There are some foreign players, but primarily Japanese players. Oh, hey, how's it going, Damien? Damien did not want me to continue saying Dream Balls, and so he has deleted his message. How's it going, Galio? Galio is one of my clanmates. How's it going, dude? So, the good thing about this Premier login bonus is that you get 5 SR transfer tickets, which is pretty nice. I did get an SSR out of them. My SSR was a dupe of Green Misugi, which helps nobody. You do on day 5 get 5 energy recovery balls, which lets you really grind this March event. Legendary drill for if you manage to get Ishizaki from the event, so you can revolve him if you're a scrub like me and you haven't really done a whole lot of drill farming. And an SSR transfer ticket so that you can get another duplicate character, okay? This right here. I want to recommend to everybody, if you really like the characters in the current banner, don't be like me. Don't open these. Do not open the SR transfer tickets. Damien wants to know how to say dream balls in Spanish. They would be bolitas del sueño. That would be like small dream balls. That's what Teravat calls them. Teravat calls them bolitas, which would be, I like it. I'm a fan. So March Premier event. Log in every day you can. You do have a big ample period to do the logging on. You get like 14 days to collect 10 days worth of stuff, so you should be alright. So let's talk about the event itself. The event itself is a somewhat difficult grind. It's very easy, obviously, to get all the way up here. You know, all of these are fine, but as has been happening recently with more of this content that KLab is putting out, we're starting to see extreme games. And now, extreme games, if you look at the very hard, let's look at the very hard for this. Very hard of the second highest event is 189 power. You know, and the very hard of the highest event is 177 power. You know, you're wondering, wow, isn't that like a downgrade? Well, the reason they did this is because they made this team silly. Alright? 359,006 team power. And so if you haven't already kind of assembled a full squad and it's not kind of strong yet and maxed out and set to ultra rare, you're going to be having some issues. As you could see, you're going to be seeing this message pop up a lot. Those are my clanmates. It's probably the tiny little Asian. It's probably Slim Shady / Jesus, probably Galio, who are probably both watching the stream and simultaneously trying to rush for Ishizaki or the ticket or the black balls. And so, as you can see, I still have a bunch of ads that I can do. I'm not gonna show an ad right now. That sounds ridiculous. If I have to show you what's going on, I'll spend the dream ball so we don't have to sit here through an ad. But let's talk about what happens. So when you do the event, what you get are tickets. You get 4 different kinds of tickets. You get these C tickets, B tickets, A tickets, and S tickets. Obviously white, bronze, silver, and gold. As you can see, I already have 7 tickets, and I have already picked up Ishizaki. Ishizaki is really good, and I'll explain a little bit more later. I'm not gonna bust out the spreadsheet because I don't want to like put a spreadsheet on my screen. That sounds annoying. Damien, I do know you're JC. Don't worry about it. And then there's also this guy who I really want to get because I'm Mexican, and if you have seen my icon, you will know that it's one of my favorite players. Also, I do think his passive is very strong. If what's going to happen this Dreamfest is what I think is going to happen, then this is not as important as I say, but I want to have it ready for Tsubasa Cup, which I do think is going to be coming maybe after this maintenance, so I would be on the lookout for that, but I'm not gonna promise you anything. So anyway, Ryo Ishizaki, obviously, the way it works is that as you get these tickets, you can trade them in for stuff. Like anything else. Like if you were getting golden exchange medals, or you were getting silver exchange medals, these are all things you could be getting. And now, for the bronze, what you can get is Shoshunko. I can't pronounce his name very well, and I know his Japanese name is Shoshunko. He's very popular. He's very popular, obviously, as a popular character because he has a cool skill called the, what is it? They call it the Reactive Quick Gun in the Shinji translations, the Shinji scanlations of Captain Tsubasa. But here it's called like Super Speed Kickback Cannon. I don't know, it has a cool name. It sounds silly, it's pretty dope. I really want the full SSR version, but we're going to talk about him more later in the Team Aces banner. But you can farm him basically as many times as you want, and you're going to get a lot of these bronze medals, and you're going to be getting a lot of them. So you can get this C Strong Pass to 40, and you can get this Strong Tackle to 60. And I would suggest that if you don't really need for example, I know I'm going to be getting a lot of these coaches and books because I'm lazy, and so you can get them. But the other thing you can do is you can start making like a bunch of B Strong Tackles or C Strong Passes. I don't know if in the future someone else will be able to learn Strong Pass, but if you have a Shoshunko with a C Strong Pass at 40 already, and you figure out that someone else learns C Strong Pass, you can pass that other one to the better version of that character, and you can give him instantly, or give them instantly, C Strong Pass 40 because you will have farmed one already with him. Same idea here. For example, Kazuo can learn Strong Tackle from a raid, but you could save yourself some time if you haven't maxed it out yet, like I didn't. You could take this Strong Tackle and use it to max out a Strong Tackle from Kazuo. So now I have a B60 Kazuo Strong Tackle, and I have a B60 Shoshunko Strong Tackle. I don't even have Shoshunko yet, but in the event I do get him, I'll immediately be able to give him a B60 and a C40 skill, and I think that's smart. That's a clever thing to do. Now, what else can you get? Besides the fact that you can get Ishizaki and Espadas, who is the forward version of a goalkeeper. Don't ask, it's complicated. You'll see that he has, like, for example, Trick Shot EX, and he has Forcible Interception EX. Well, there is a version of which normally 8 of them, you can get 8 copies, and you can level up Ishizaki's Forcible Interception 8 times. So you'll have an A9 Forcible Interception, or you can keep one of them separate in case maybe you want to teach it to like the Gacha Ishizaki that's coming, or actually that just came out, the green one. Or you can keep another one. You know, you can keep a bunch of them separately if you just want to have them available to teach the skill. Because you don't know when this one's coming back. It may not. Maybe in Halloween they'll release it again for fun. Anyway. Jax Loca, did you get most of the golden tickets from Share or from the guaranteed tickets? I didn't know you could get guaranteed golden tickets from doing the events. That's news to me. Maybe you could. But I just did it with SharePlay, with my clan, and there's people in my clan right now who can tell you that I've been farming this non-stop. I've just been going crazy. I'll be at work solving tickets, I'll be on the phone, and I'll be farming on the side. If I'm traveling around doing tickets, doing IT tickets at work, while I'm traveling and walking around the school, I will be farming. Here at home, I'll be farming to the detriment of my relationship. My girlfriend may want to kill me. My girlfriend has just thumbs up saying she's going to kill me later. Oh well. Another thumbs up. But you know, you do what you gotta do. And so I've gotten 7 already after already getting Ishizaki, and I'm planning on getting Espadas. And after that, I'm also planning on getting the other items you can get with gold tickets. There is an SSR transfer ticket. You can only get one of them. I don't want to exchange it right now. There is black balls. Right, you can get some black balls. Black balls are very useful for PvP. You can level up your favorite goalkeeper skill so that it won't matter when Kluivort shoots at him. But you can try to feel really comfortable in the knowledge that you definitely tried with your S99 SGGK catch against Kluivort with his S1 kick. You do you. Obviously, there's other levels of black balls which were added with the friendly transfer. And also, just added in general to the game, you can get a bunch of them. PBMU notes that Ishizaki and Bunak get C strong pass in the future. So you know what? I'm gonna level up some more C40s. It takes 100 of this guy. It takes 100 of this guy to make another C40 pass. If it's at 5 a ticket, it'll take me about 500 tickets. So I already easily have another 3 C40 strong passes if I want. So PBMU, I'm gonna do that just so that when Bunak and Ishizaki and all that come out, I can just go, I don't have to farm this, guys. I've already farmed it. So yeah, that'll be nice. What else do we have? We have the SR Black Balls, which are new. You can level up your A skills with this. These come out rarely in the friendly transfer, but obviously not as rare as these. So I would use these. I gave them to my Misaki, my Golden Duo Misaki, so I could have a better interception. Obviously, don't buy these until you have nothing else to get. Don't get these coaches until you have nothing else to get. Our Black Balls, which you can get with bronze tickets, you should get them so that you can level up some B skills that maybe you have having trouble leveling up some other places. I want to say like the interception for like Pierre, which we did not get the raid for yet because it's a Rising Sun raid. You can like level up that raid, that interception, since you don't have it yet. We don't have the raid for it yet. Might be worth it. Obviously, you can get books, you can get coaches. These are nice. I might spend a lot of tickets on these coaches after I'm done. And then and Black Balls, because Misugi's interception needs some love. Get these as soon as you can and max them out if you can with friendly transfers. And you know, SR books, which no one cares about, and SR coaches, which I mean, they exist, I guess. They're there. And now the formations. Now, I don't want to be a humongous trash talker. This will come as some surprise, again, to probably my girlfriend, who knows me to be an enormous trash talker. But in this case, I don't think any of these are any good. We're going to talk about them for a second. Let's talk about the 3223A S formation. It is a formation that gives your non-Japanese players 10 defense. That's pretty good. And I think it would be a lot better if the 3223 didn't have this wide spread of forwards. And I always find that that's a problem with 3 forward formations. So maybe it would be okay if you have a like Victorino and like another non-scoring forward that you were using more as a glorified midfielder that just was really far forward, okay? But I don't know, right? I really don't know if I would consider getting this. My playstyle always tends to be 2 central forwards. I would always want both of them to be able to score, and I want one of them to be a color matchup against the goalkeeper, and maybe the other one, if they're not in the color matchup, to be the stamina drainer. Right now I've been playing a lot of Perfect Soldier Santana up front with the original blue Noble Young Emperor Schneider, and Santana serves to shoot from wherever, and Schneider is actually the person who's trying to score. And that's because I'm using 2 plus 5% internationals, and that's why I'm not running Raiju. But I'll probably put Raiju on the bench because I only have like 1,000 of them, and so I should probably use them. But I'm not a huge fan of the 3 forward formations. Of the 2 of these, I think 4-1-2-3 is probably the better of the 2. Even though the bonus is not as good. If only because a physical bonus will affect both offense and defense, right? And also I like having 4 defenders, and there's so many good defenders right now that I think that this should be the formation you pick. You have Robson right now. Obviously, Red Ishizaki just came out. Jito is ridiculous. You should have him on your team. Dreamfest Jito. And then you have stuff, weird things like Misugi, who now has Stand Firm, which is really strong if you need to block, right? It doesn't get blown away by shots anymore, which is very nice against shooters with blowaways. You'll get to cut some of the power of the shot no matter what if it has a blowaway on it, so that's nice. So if I was going to pick one of these, I would go with 4-1-2-3, unless maybe you have like Kazuo and Masao. But considering that the buff on it is non-Japanese players, you know, it's up to taste. I would just run this and put like Kaltz in there and then troll a lot because Kaltz sucks, but we might be getting him next Dreamfest, so, you know. So anyway, there's that. If you really want the formations because you don't have any good formations and you really are okay running 3 forwards because you have forwards, so, you know, you just get that. Now, Jairi says, oh yeah, that is true. Hold on. 4123 does buff Mueller because physical, you get a decent buff here. It's physical plus 10%. Mueller does get a little stronger with this. So does Dolman. All right, both Dolman and Mueller will benefit from this passive. So this does make your goalkeeper, if it's not Japanese, a little stronger. That sometimes does mean the difference between Raiju putting the ball in the back of the net. Oh yeah, I mean Xeno, but Xeno also exists. But does Xeno really exist? Let's be real. Is Xeno really a character? Right? If we had gotten Rising Sun Espadas, I would understand. But really? Green Xeno? I mean, I guess Schneider doesn't mess with you? Whatever. But anyway, Jairi Dupara, man, I heard you're Mexican and you want to buy Espadas, but don't waste tickets. Listen, dude, I already have Ishizaki. My clanmates can tell you right here. People in here, in the live chat, will tell you. Those who are my clanmates. I'm probably going to farm until I get Espadas. And then I'm going to farm until I get all the black balls. And if I'm not exhausted, I'm probably going to farm until I get the transfer ticket. So we're good there. So yeah, you know, go get whatever you want. Just remember, it is some soul-sucking stuff. You'll be there forever. Don't be demoralized. Try your hardest. You'll get them eventually, I promise. Now, let's talk about the True Aces transfer. Let's talk about this ridiculously absurd banner. Damien wants to know face reveal. Just go look at like an Evo album. You'll see my face there all you want. Let's talk about the True Aces banner. Now, K-Lab decided that we need to catch up a little bit to Japan. The anime is coming. They wanna build a lot of hype, and so they decided, why don't we grab 4 banners from the Japanese version? Let's just throw them together. Why not? So we got, man, we got a lot of players in here. So let's see about some of these players. All right, let's start obviously with the first one from the Brazilian, the Brazil Tsubasa versus Santana banner, and it's Sao Paulo Tsubasa. Sao Paulo Tsubasa is a character with extraordinarily inflated attack stats. He is very good at shooting and very good at passing, and acceptable at dribbling. Acceptable enough to give him a dribble, obviously. Yeah, dude, I cannot pronounce a Chinese name. I'll give it a shot, alright? Let's give it a shot. Xiao Junguang. That's my guess. Or Xiao Junguang. And I'm gonna guess that that's why they call him Shoshunko in Japanese. Boy, I'm gonna botch the name so bad. So Tsubasa Ozora, crafty attack, team skill. Basically buff all your green units by 5% attack. Not the best, not the worst. If you're playing with a bunch of green units, he's pretty good. Flying drive shot though is kind of like the good actual skill here. Overhead kick and Sao Paulo's golden duo are kind of bad. And since Tsubasa never really is expected to do any defending, I think you can just go ahead with flying drive shot and then just give him like the A dribble. Later on, we're supposed to get a raid where you can farm a B dribble for him. That's also good. It saves a little bit of stamina. It's Santana turn. So you know, flying drive shot, Santana turn. Maybe you teach him. Maybe not drive shot. Flying drive shot is cool because regardless of the angle you shoot it in, it's you know, it's a low angle shot like Nachireza. His problem right now is that he exists in a meta where Genzo is the lead goalkeeper and Mueller is the second best. So it's a red meta. He's gonna have a lot of trouble scoring on them, but he is very strong, so probably still be able to score with him. If you wanted him to pass because you're playing like Klobasa, then he's worth replacing Klobasa with. His passing stat is better, so that is a consideration if you do get him. Now we get, next player is Carlos Santana, the descended child of God. He has the golden flying drive shot, which I do believe has the same angle factor on it. I actually don't know. He has a power play, which is the same passive that Raiju Hyuga gets. Toughness type players attack plus 5%. Pretty strong, gets Santana turn. His shooting stat is very good. He does have a lot of power. He is a very good shooter, and he has a very good shot to pair with that. He is still used, I believe, in red teams in Japan. Obviously, he's not the first choice for red teams in Japan, but for red teams in Japan that are still kind of like trying to build up, he is a very viable, very strong option. He's a cool character. He does get a bunch of skill support from raids. If you farmed the B60 shot from the event a while ago and you saved one, like I did, he's very strong there. I would suggest if you get him, put him to use, put him to work, max him out as soon as you can. He'll be very useful in the red meta, or like in the monocolor meta in the future. And for now, he does give, if you put him on the top with like Diaz, or you put him on the top with Hyuga and you run the Dreamfest Diaz behind them, you could give a plus 20% total attack, right? Pretty good. Now let's talk about the next banner. The next banner was the, I believe, the first passives that came out in Japan, and they went to the goalkeeper killers. It's Karl-Heinz Schneider, Ramon Victorino, and Alan Pascal. Now, the funny thing about all three of these is that at some point recently we got some interesting stuff for them. Schneider in general has always had a lot of skill support. He does come with a slightly underwhelming S shot. Now, don't get me wrong, the stamina use on this S shot is super cheap. It costs 285 stamina for a 385 shot. The power is not great, but what can you do? But you fix that very easily. It's very easy, in my opinion, to get dupes of the Noble Young Emperor Schneider. So if you do get this guy, don't even think about it. Just give him Fire Shot. Just give it to him. Just boom, done. Germanic combination is I believe you need to have all 4 German players. You need to have Chester, Margus, Schneider, and Kaltz on your team. Since there's 3 versions since there's a version of all of them that's really good, and soon there will be Dreamfest Kaltz, I would keep this skill. It's really good if you want to run a German team. Just hang on to it. Strong pass is obviously a pass, and it's strong. Galio wanted to know about the fire shot. You can give him B60. I would give him the S rank fire shot from Noble Young Emperor, and not the raid fire shot. I would give him a copy of the S rank fire shot because it can be leveled up, obviously, and it's very good in PvP. As a result, if you do pick up this guy, I would not use him for farming. I would keep like a really strong Schneider on hand, especially like your strong Noble Young Emperor that you probably already leveled up. I would just hang on to him because that guy will get a really good passive later. If you haven't seen Bay TV's video, I will try to put it in like a link at some point. But Bay TV goes over all of the good passives that are coming to us, and this the original Noble Young Emperor Schneider gets a very good one. Now, the cool part about this guy is that he gets Wakabayashi Killer. What does that mean? That means that if he shoots and the ball gets to Wakabayashi, his stats are increased by 30%. That means that if you do a shot and Wakabayashi has to deal with it, he's in trouble. This guy is apparently meta for a very long time. Very, very long time. What else do we have? We have Ramon Victorino, who can kill Espadas. This is funny because we don't have Espadas as a goalkeeper yet. He has not come out. This is a non-shooting forward. He does have a header, but in all reality, he is the kind of forward to bring the ball up. He's not really the kind of forward to shoot with it. He does have a team skill that buffs all green players, but I don't think this guy is particularly good. If I were you, I wouldn't really think too much about this guy. He's probably pretty good with Hino, his natural partner, but I wouldn't pay too much attention to this guy. I think that he's like the loser in this banner, unfortunately. Pascal is definitely not really the loser in this equation. If you manage to get any amount of the Pascals that came in the last extreme event, you can give him his shot, which is the Argentina combination, and he is red. So if you play him with the Dreamfest Diaz, he will be even stronger. He also has an Argentinian duo. He's very good at getting the ball forward. He's a very good central forward if you are also playing Diaz. And he has Argentina double volley, which is pretty strong if you can set him up for the volley, which is not that hard if you have Diaz because he knows drive pass. So if you got the EX skill from last one, you should give it to him. Yes, it is worth mentioning that Victorino does learn a B6C tackle, and as a result, Victorino is a good character to rush the defenders with. So he's one of those characters that works in a 3-forward situation. We have a couple questions. If we get Banner Victorino, should we feed his shot to Dream Collection? No. It's a header. Just don't bother. Maybe you give him the ultimate forward duo, but since the other Victorino is Dream Collection Victorino is so good at dribbling, I feel like you're wasting a unit. You know? I don't know. But Pascal's kind of like the other winner in this banner. Obviously he's not Schneider. Schneider is ridiculous. But Hernandez is a keeper that you will see every now and then, and so he does he crushes the really bad. Yeah, if you teach Ultimate Forward Duo, I mean, I guess if you get a dupe of this guy, sure, why not? But I wouldn't spend my only Victorino on him. Now for this Pascal though, if you can give him the EX skill from that you farmed from the Extreme event, and you can level it up with some SR balls, you might be in good shape. Jairi, I do believe that the Dream Collection is the better tackler. Now let's talk about the Chinese players. We have here Xiao Zhenggang. I only know him as Shoshunko. He gets the Super Speed Kickback Cannon. His shot is not very good. It is a long distance shot, but his shot stat's not great. But that is his signature skill. It is a signature skill in the manga. He is the guy that people try to shoot and he hits it back so hard a dragon appears, and he's like the silliest character, but he's really cool. I like him a lot. So Super Speed Kickback Cannon. It is a 455 stamina, 450 max momentum shot. It would be pretty good if they just made this skill like ridiculous. Like, I don't know what I would have done. Like with this character, I feel like they missed like a design opportunity. Obviously he's been out already in Japan for a while, so it's a little late to complain, but I feel like there was like a missed opportunity here. That said, if you do get him, if you got like the formation that buffs the physical of non-Japanese players, he is a non-Japanese player. He will drain stamina. It is a long distance shot. It won't be affected by distance as much. And he also learns an A block and an A intercept. Not the absolute best, but you could do worse on a defensive midfielder. And also you learn a tackle. I showed him earlier. You can farm the tackle in the event, and you can give him a strong pass C. So not too bad. He's a decent player, you know, on weird situations from like corner kicks or something where you give him the ball, he might be able to surprise a goalkeeper who's low on stamina or force a goalkeeper to spend stamina. So I would keep him in mind. I think he's pretty strong. I think a lot of people do still use him, is my understanding, in Japan. Not because they don't have it, usually because they don't have better options, but he's still a red defensive midfielder that's strictly better than Kaltz in my opinion. Should go for that. Jairi, I agree. And now we have probably the better Chinese player is Fei Xiang. Fei Xiang is a aerial style player with really high shooting stats. And he has two basically identical types of shot in the air. He has a rainbow header and a mysterious bird jumping header. They're a high shot and a low shot respectively. So, but they're not. He doesn't have a ground shot. Kind of sucks in that regard, but I don't actually know if he is very good at either high or low. I think he's very good at high and normal at low shots. So I feel like his volley, quote unquote, is weaker. Kind of sucks. But yeah, he does have Raiju-like shot stats, and he is in blue. And, you know, if you're running a blue team, pretty flexible, pretty good. And then we have the Korean players. We have, the problem with the Korean players is that they're unfortunately kind of bad. Cha In-cheon is a forward who's more like a defender with extraordinarily average stats. And that sucks. He has a pretty decent dribble as his S skill. He has a 1-2 with the other Korean player as his A skill, and he has a tackle as his A skill. So he's kind of like a pressure forward. I honestly can't really think of a whole lot of situations where you would use him. Maybe if you got like a 2-goal lead or something and you became obsessed with switching players in that were going to hold the lead. I don't know. I don't really like him. I can't really think of a lot of reasons to use him. It kind of sucks. And then we have Lee Young-un, the Gentle Tiger. Again, kind of a defensive forward. I really don't know what K-Lab was thinking with these two. I feel like there's like a missed opportunity on both of these players. He gets an overhead kick. He gets the overhead kick that Tsubasa learns as a C skill. He gets it as an S skill. You know, I guess it's nice. I don't know. He doesn't really have the shot stats to back it up. He does get a strong tackle A, and he does get a pass cut A. Again, a very defensive forward. Really not my kind of player. You could just be using a different forward. Even Schneider has a better time kind of trying to steal the ball. I don't know. And then, like, at least Schneider can do something with the ball once he gets it. I don't feel like Lee Young-un is a very strong unit at all. Now let's talk about the European guys. Well, not even the European guys. It's 2 European guys and a Saudi Arabian. So let's talk about El Cid Pierre. El Cid Pierre is a defensive attacking midfielder. And that's actually very good. He has butterfly tackle. And he is a green unit. And a lot of decent midfielders right now are blue. And butterfly tackle is going to ruin a lot of people's day. You could probably force like Kluivert to shoot from really far, because if not, you're going to butterfly tackle the ball away from him. And he can't do anything else. He's a very strong tackler. He does get a slider shot A, just like the blue version. You know, it's an A shot. What can you do? And he does get artistic dribble attack A, which is a good dribble. But it's not like the a farmable version, like the one that you can learn from the raid. I would probably farm the raid one and not really think about the A version of this skill too much. But this guy can definitely steal the ball from people. If you get dupes of him, you may want to spend the butterfly tackle and give it to the blue version of Pierre at some point, especially once they release the passive for blue Pierre, because his stats will be so high that a really good S tackle would actually be very useful. But in particular, this guy has very high tackle. He's a very good midfielder, so look out for him. Then we have Vulcan. Vulcan is a forward/defender with no real defensive skills to speak of, and all of his skills are shots. He has a shooting skill, he has a volley skill, and he has a header skill. He is pure offense, baby. There's like no reason almost whatsoever to really have this guy on your defense. There really isn't, unless for some reason you want to fit an extra forward in and you want to put him at like side back so that he gets a ball off to one of the sides and so he'll overlap as a fullback, I guess? I don't know. But you can definitely put him at defensive position, but he is definitely a central shooter with pretty decent shooting stats in a red color. He's not as prevalent or as ever-present as Red Santana. He is not as flexible in skills as Red Santana. But hey, if you need to shoot, And you need to fire a Vulcan cannon. It's kind of inexpensive for what it is. It hits pretty hard and he has decent shooting stats. So, now we have Napoleon. Now, this Napoleon's silly. He gets Eiffel attack as his S skill, so he is definitely good at moving the ball forward. But cannon shot is underpowered for an S shot, and I think it only gets one blow away. At least it's cheap, but the most of his attack stats, which are kind of clumped up here, are all focused on passing. And so I'm not really sure what KLab was going with this little design. He's really not that bad. He will move the ball forward for you. 1-2 skills are pretty crazy, but you know, he doesn't have his tackle. You'll have to teach him C strong tackle from the R version, and at least that one's kind of easy to level up because so many R characters learn C strong tackle. And he does get forcible interception, which is a pass cut. What can you do? Whatever. It's an A pass cut. Sometimes that'll definitely make a lot of the defenders feel really sad when they try to get rid of the ball. So he's kind of like another pressure forward. I would also probably put him on the side. He has a shot with a knockback that I wish was easier to take off of him. If I was able to, for example, to get one of those Japanese tickets where you can remove a skill and teach it to somebody else, I might try giving cannon shot to the red version of Napoleon. Even maybe the crappy blue version, just so that I can run blue Napoleon and blue Pierre in the future together. That would be kind of funny. But yeah, that's it for that banner. It's just a bunch of silliness. I think that the real winners here are Pierre. I think Vulcan's viable. I think Pierre is good. I think the Korean players are unfortunately very bad. I think he's viable. I think he's good. I think Pascal is okay. He's viable. I think Victorino is like on the fringe of being viable. I wouldn't like make him on my main team, but you might find uses for him. I think this Schneider is ridiculous. I think this Santana is just about almost ridiculous. And I think this Tsubasa is almost ridiculous. So, these are all the little characters you could get, you know. Friend transfer. I wasn't going to normally cover this, but let's talk about the friend transfer real quick. They added different kinds of black balls. The only thing I have to say about that is use your points. I don't have a need to use them yet because I don't have any skills I'm in an urge to level up. But I will eventually want to start ripping through these so that I can try to level up all my skills as much as possible, but not just yet. I don't have enough new players. So, let's go back over here. So let's talk about, real quick, the characters available at the March Premiere event. I want to talk about Espadas and Ishizaki really shortly, and for that I need to look at their real complete stats. So let's talk real quick about the new Ishizaki. Now, if you are doing this event and wondering why you should be using Ishizaki or why you should bother getting him, let's first look for a moment at the last Gacha Ishizaki. The last Gacha Ishizaki is a very good player. 7,000 block, 5,000 power. This gives him something like 95, 9,600 total block before buffs. And he is a green unit, so he will do much better against blue stuff. And so, he's pretty good. His face block, I think that's like my big problem. Face block is so expensive. It's a 475 stamina skill. And I don't know why it's a 475 stamina skill, because there's other players with better... there's just better stuff. Let's see, Jairi Dupara. Schneider, you can remove his pass with a sub removal ticket. So this Schneider is not ridiculous. I'm not worried about the Schneider being, about the pass. It's that the passive is really good, Jairi, and also his shooting stats are probably the best of the available Schneiders right now. And he also has Genzo Killer, and so if you can kill Genzo right now, you are crushing this meta. So right now for this meta, this Schneider is fantastic. But he will probably run into troubles with this guy. Face block, very powerful. Very high block stat. Kind of mediocre literally everywhere else. He is kind of a one-trick pony, but he's good even now in Japan. People still use this guy, especially in green teams, because he's a fantastic blocker. You know, he'll go for it. He'll put his face in the way of the shot and hope for the best. Now, let's say you got that guy, and then you saw this dude that you could get, and you're looking at him, and I was like, well, what's the point, right? It's like, he got this stupid pass cut, and his stats kind of mediocre. You can buy him with a silver ticket, I guess. I mean, if you're gonna get the silver ticket, you just give this thing to the green, the other green Ishizaki. Why would you worry about that? Well, it's because for this event, they kind of put in this dude. Let's talk about Red Halloween Ishizaki, All Japan Scotsman. His attack is atrocious. He's splitting up almost barely 9,000 points. It's actually like laughably bad. To make up for that, he has 6,400 flat block and 6,500 flat intercept. Like, what the hell? This dude manages to get 42,000 in stats total, almost entirely buoyed by the fact that he has 18k defense. He has a salvageable tackle stat and a frankly embarrassingly good block and intercept for an event character. He can do two things. He gets a dribble because why not? Just give him a dribble. He's never gonna work. He has 2,900 dribble. He's not gonna get past anybody with this grand total of he'll have like 5,000 base dribble. He's not getting past anyone, okay? He really isn't. But if you need someone in a pinch to put his face in the way of a ball or put his leg in the way of a pass, he can do that. And he will. He is used still in Japan. He's on teams all the time. I watch people play online and they've got this dude just sitting in the back there like, yeah, I'm here stopping balls with my face and cutting passes and then immediately kicking the ball out to any of my fullbacks because I certainly cannot hold on to it. You know, like, you just gotta be like, when you catch the ball, right? Like, let's say you're here and he catches the ball like around this area, you just immediately you get the ball and you're like, oh my god, send it to somebody else, because you don't wanna lose the ball immediately. That would be very depressing. And if you can teach him a dribble, you can most definitely teach him a dribble. If you are that kind of person, you can farm C dribble 40 for him. Don't do it. You want that dribble for this guy who actually has something resembling stats. Don't teach it to this guy. You can if you want. It's a mistake. Just teach him C40 strong tackle so he also has a tackle. And now let's talk about the other, I guess, marquee player on the event, which is Ricardo Espadas. Ricardo Espadas is a Mexican goalkeeper. So of course, the version that we get in the game right now is a forward, while wearing, I don't understand. Anyway, we really do not have the Rising Sun banner yet, and so we did not get this guy. We did not get the goalkeeper version of this. Instead, we got this frankly interesting version of Espadas as a forward. Now, let's talk about the abilities he's got. He has a bunch of power, and he has a high shot, so he is a pretty good green shooter. He also has high dribble, and even though his speed's not that great, as a result, he can get around a lot of defenders who are trying to block his shots simply by dribbling past them. He has absolutely no defense, but on a forward, that's a lot more forgivable. But there's a problem. And the problem is that the only shoot that you can teach him is a volley. Now, don't get me wrong, it's a pretty good volley. It looks cool as hell. I can't show it to you because I don't have a leveled up version of him yet, but it is a very cool volley. And the other funny part is that even though the only skill that he knows is a volley, and he's known to be a very acrobatic goalkeeper, he does not have a very good or good high ball or a very good or good low ball. Which again makes me think that K-Lab occasionally doesn't know what they're doing. What can you do? At the very least, he does have a good team skill. Not for long. I expect the better team skills to start showing up soon. But International Strike, giving all your international players plus 10% attack is pretty strong. Which I need to go back for a moment now that I've covered Espadas, and I can tell you that Ricky Swords is not really worth getting. Let's go back very briefly to Ishizaki, because I forgot to mention probably one of the strongest things he's got going for him. If you get this Ishizaki and you're playing him, one of the things you will want to consider is to run his team skill. Ishizaki gives everyone on your team 20% bonus intercept. That's a lot. That's a fifth of whatever the number is here. It makes him have like almost 8,000 intercept when you put him on the team. Let's go look, for example, my team has a Masao already on the squad. So let's look at Masao's intercept, okay? Look at Masao's intercept. Masao has 8,500 intercept because of Ishizaki's team skill. If I put Ishizaki in, even though he's not even evolved, he would have 5,056 intercept. I haven't even evolved him. What the hell? You know? And so just with that one buff, I only have Keen Insight. Dream Collection Masao has 8,500 intercept. That's really good. Misaki, 7,000 intercept. Pretty strong. He has high technique too, so you know, you can use Magnificent Interception and really get in the way of some passes. Even crappy Tsubasa doesn't even have an intercept skill. He'll occasionally, you can run up at people. People won't be able to really pass over them if they're not careful, you know, with some white passes. Obviously, for example, Owiron's pass cut, not normally extraordinarily high, much higher than his tackle all of a sudden, and he's known supposed to be for his tackle. Even this kind of bum has finally intercept over 5,000, so people will still kind of kick the ball over you when they're trying to one-touch you, but you know, not as easy anymore. So yeah, pass cut plus 20%, pretty good skill. I would recommend you doing that. Also, by the way, if you do get a lot of SR versions of Ishizaki from before, I would recommend you do fuse them and give them to this version, the red one, so that you can block some shots with your face, you know, like a good defender. And so those are the two, I mean, obviously, those are the two actual prize characters from the March Premiere event. I would recommend you try them out, especially if you already are using stuff like Matsuyama, so you can use the Matsuyama team skill. I think all that's pretty worth, you know, I would give it a shot. I would give them I would give those, I would give all of that a try if you can. So now, Team Doctor. I did say that I would open it up a little bit for people who have team questions and have screenshots of their team. If you need to talk to me and you need to send me some information about, you know, you want to tell me about the team you've got, you can join the Discord. I'm going to create an invite for the Captain Tsubasa Discord. Right, and you guys can use this link to hop into the Discord, and you can either go on the streams channel and paste a picture, or you can use that. You can find me at the top on the admin side. I'm named Ricardo Espadas, and you can send me pictures of your team and questions as to what you have, and I will try to show them on stream. I'll try to talk about it. So if you want to ask some questions right now, you got Team Doctor questions, go ahead and ask them now. The Doctor is in. In the meantime, I will, maybe, you know, we'll do some online also if we don't have a whole lot of questions. I do know that some people were hoping to ask me some stuff. Let me put that in the Discord real quick here. If you wanted me to cover your team and ask questions about it on the stream, I am doing that now. I do know that some people have some stuff. Made that channel public was initially only for members. Oh, no, Galileo, that's not the Discord link that I put. That is definitely a member only. I'm gonna put it back. I know you meant well, but Team Clinic is definitely just for us there. That is a different Team Clinic. Team Clinic on the public Discord is definitely ours. Assists. My brain is good enough to do that. Assists is good enough to do that by himself. Shoutouts to Assists. He's a pretty good player in the global version. You know. Let's look for some of the stuff going on here. Maybe tips and strategy. We could talk about it. Let's see what we've got here. We do have someone posted earlier about which team is better and more effective. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna see if I can. Let's see if I can. Maybe. Let's add something here real quick. Let's add a source, image source. Right? Let's add an image source. So I'm gonna save these images as stream pics. All right, so we're gonna use this, and then we're gonna use this one. All right, so I should be able to just pick something. All right, boom. So let's whoa! I broke everything. The stream is broken forever. The stream is canceled, guys. All right, so let's look at this team from Kaimax. All right, he wants to know whether this team is better or whether, and we're gonna duplicate, and we're gonna paste this one over here, and move here to the side, and we're gonna change this one to the other team. So now Kaimax wanted to talk about which of these two teams is better. So let's look at what we've got going on. So on the left, we have a 446 power team. I do believe this is primarily a question of the team skills. So let's talk a little bit about the team skills. So we have power play, and unparalleled accuracy. And the other one we have power play, heavy tank, and international sense for scoring. Now, here's my concerns. My concern is primarily that, well, first off, I think that the Red Gentile with the farmable block, I know that it feels scary to not put him in the middle, but you kind of have to put him in the middle. His only real contribution is blocking. I would move this Gentile right here. Hold on, I would move this Gentile right here. This one, can I draw on my own stream? No, I can't. I don't know much about this. Sorry. Maybe there's a way for me to draw on stream. I don't know. But anyway, what's up, Synopsis? Yeah, listen, I don't really know. I don't really know that I would put the Red Gentile to the side, especially considering that, for example, he has like a low chance, but a chance of stopping like Raiju, but he really has no chance of stopping like Schneider. But like Owyron has no chance of stopping Raiju, and probably is not really going to block anything from anyone else. Synopsis, yes, you're more than welcome to. You can send it to me in a PM. I will message you on Discord. You can send me your pick. Jairi Dupara. Tarovat has a really good video talking about the real-life characters that inspire Tsubasa characters. But in particular, Espadas is inspired by the old Mexican goalkeeper Jorge Campos, who used to be notorious for wearing flashy outfits and being hyper-aggressive. Now, I understand maybe you would want to do like international sense for scoring and heavy tank, but your forward is... one of them is Hyuga. And so maybe 2 power play is the better selection there. You do also have unparalleled accuracy so that you can kind of make sure your passes do get to the front. So I feel like that might be pretty good. Now, you have some weaknesses here. The weaknesses are pretty much stuff like, you know, we've got stuff like the fact that Pascal kind of needs Diaz. You do have a Diaz, but it sucks that it's not even like the blue Diaz at least. So I wouldn't really know what to do with this, frankly, because Pascal. I mean, Pascal is good enough, right? Even with the farmable Diaz, Pascal is good enough to do something with that. He could still shoot. He could still do things. Maybe not too bad. I think that Neo Tiger Shot Hyuga here is basically the person who's going to be doing all of the work, all of the heavy lifting. Again, I would just move Gentile to the middle instead of a Wyron. I would have a Wyron be one of the wingbacks. He is better in that role. I think I would leave the green Misaki in, even though it doesn't help your overall shooting potential, if only because green Misaki in the middle is a decent interceptor and he can use Golden Duo to advance the ball very well and set up your your forwards. I think that's primarily what I would be doing. So I think the team that says maximum has the better potential. I think that the winner here is this one. The winner is definitely maximum. Of these two teams, like if this is the best you can run, I would run this of the two that you've shown. So yeah, that will be. I mean, that's what I would do there. So next up, Synopsis. If you want me to analyze your team, just go ahead and send me a picture of it. Now Kenichi wants to do Team Clinic. Kenichi, I will save your picture right now for your team, and I'll call it Kenichi. And I need to know, Kenichi, what you want to do with this team, because you don't really ask me what you can do. So while I kind of get the picture bigger and everything, I'll wait. I'll answer some comments. Let's see. Did you notice the event named English Defense, but it's Robson, a Swedish player? Yes, because Robson plays in the English Premier League. He plays in the EPL, and as such, it makes sense that he's called English Defense because that's what he learns. I think we'll switch the music to a team so that we can, you know, more for a team doctory kind of thing. What's your question? What's advice? I will need more. Sorry. All right. So Kenichi wants to know more about his team. We'll show it. He has a pretty good team. Let's maximize it here real quick. All right, so here we have Kenichi. He is a clanmate. He has here a red-green team primarily with Zeno over at goalkeeper. So there's really I don't have a whole lot of things to say about this team. It has an extraordinarily strong midfield. Robson is good in the middle. It's a shame about red Jito, but you know, it's you play what you got, right? You play what you have. So with this, let's see what the question is. Just advice. So let's see. He shows me on the side. He does have some players evolved. Let's see some of them. He has green Misaki. He has golden duo Misaki. He has Victorino. What else? He has Dream Collection Victorino, I should mention. He has Leon Dick. He has Brian Kluivert. He has a Max de Wyron. He has Bunak. He has Hino Ryoma. Okay. All right. So let's see. So for Kenichi, I agree with your assessment to not play Kluivert, believe it or not. I would make a team with Kluivert in it because he is so silly and so toxic right now. You have no reason not to run him. He gives himself 15% stats, and you can give him another 10 by putting Victorino on the bench. You could probably make a team around how toxic that character is. If I was going to make a team about how toxic that character is, I mean, we'll talk about that in a moment. For now, let's talk about what you do have here already assembled for kind of like a half Japanese, half red offense team. I like the passives you're running. I like Keen Insight and Japanese Defensive Spirit, where it's Japanese players defense plus 10. So, man. Wow, so that means that the intercepts on all three of the people in the middle are absolutely toxic. It must be so difficult to get a white pass over the middle of your field that I believe that you actually probably do pretty okay against the really overloaded blue meta. Here he says 10% team skills is better. No, not always. In this regard, Super Ferocious Attack being the 10% attack to red is better here. Super Ferocious Attack is better. 10% to all attackers. Misaki's skill here, I would not really use the red Misaki, even though he gets buffed. And that's because the green Misaki is more midfield control. I would play Golden Duo Misaki over Boomerang Shot Misaki. Even if that costs you a shooter, you're fine with Raiju and Diaz at the front. You won't really need that much more. I would recommend then that you primarily focus on... I like your defensive play here, like a lot. I really do. Even if Robson doesn't benefit maybe from the defense bonus. Jairi, my team is no good. Don't worry about my team right now. I'm only running international offense for farming. This is not really what I play with online. I don't really have anything right now that I can play. And if I show you the things I have duped, you will get mad with me because I have 6 Raijus, but no Diaz Dreamfest. So it's a mess. So going back to this, red Misugi block, his block will be pretty decent here. I don't disagree. Robson in the middle, good. Jito on the side, good. Again, your midfielder is very powerful. The only changes that I would do is replace this with Golden Duo Misaki. And I would not really touch anything else here. I think your team is pretty good, Kenichi. I think you're in good shape. I think you don't have a whole lot to worry about. Just keep playing that team, and I think you'll be fine. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna move on. So Kenichi again, Golden Duo Misaki instead. Your team is fine. With all the people you have on your bench, you can also run a full European/international offense team. And if you get Espadas, the green Espadas from the event, I think you can do a plus 20% international offense and then plus 50% Netherlands, and run Leon Dick and probably also Brian and be okay. And that is a team that we can build, I will, because you haven't really shown, I guess, or I don't have access to your account or anything like that, can't really talk about it, but I would suggest for you to run from what you have. And I guess maybe I could show Kenichi backup. Let's show what you have on your backup so people can see what I'm talking about. Let's go Kenichi backup, done, and let's show it. So this is backup, and as you can see, he can definitely run, for example, he can run like a backline of Brolin. So yeah, he could run the backline of like Leon Dick, Owyron, Robson, and I don't know. What other defender did you have over there? Let's look over here. Like Bunak, I guess. You can run like all 4 of them if you really wanted to. You can run. I guess you don't really have a defensive midfielder that fits. I don't see Shoshunko. I don't see a Kaltz. So you can't really run anything there. So I would just put like you know, oh, you don't have a... I just put Matsuyama in there, whatever. He's a Dreamfest character. He's just like a Band-Aid. So I would run like 4-1 and then like 3-2. And then for your 3, I would put like Kluivert in the middle, Pierre on the side. What else do you have here? Like Misaki is fine. Or you could put Diaz on the other side and just be really toxic. But I think that Misaki's probably a little bit better. Golden Duo, even though he'll get none of the buffs, he can still 1-2 his way forward. And then, or you could put Nachoreza. You do have Nachoreza on the bench. He could be in there, being real silly. And then for your forwards, I would probably do, I would wind up doing like Diaz and your Noble Young Schneider. Run 20%, put Victorino on the bench, run 20% to international, and just shoot like crazy, right? Is it a good team? You'll get carried a lot by Brian. Brian's shot's so broken that you're gonna be seeing a lot of success just because of that. Obviously, you have a bunch of buffs. It'll work. Not probably the best thing you can do. I think this one that you have, the team that you just showed us, is better overall in terms of stability. But you could run that other team I'm suggesting as like a funny international team, and you could probably get away with it. So now we're going to move on to Synopsis. Synopsis has been waiting. He sends me a 3-1-4-2 team. Oh boy. And he doesn't have a lot of units, so we're going to have to be a little bit... Yeah, his team is called Poor as FK. Poor as FK, and then Poor as FK2. So let's look at Synopsis' super free-to-play team. Let's load some pictures. Let's load Poor as Fuck and image over here. Let's load it and let's get Poor as Fuck 2. And so let's show what we've got here. So what do we have here? We have, I mean, it's exactly what it says, right? He said Poor as Fuck, and boy, I believe you. Man, every time I see a team like this where you haven't really finished kind of getting all of the SSRs you need, I only have one major piece of advice, and that's keep playing. Don't worry right now about PvP. You're not gonna get a whole lot. You can't get a whole lot out of this yet. You are max whatever good players you get. Don't sweat the details too much. Just get some players, dude. For you though, I would definitely recommend you farm that Ishizaki. I would recommend you spend day and night if you can. Just farm for that Ishizaki, because he will be a SSR defender that you will use for a very long time, and you can put him in the middle instead of this Misugi. Or you could put him on the side too, you know, he has a pass cut. But Misugi also learns a pass cut, you know, you can teach him a C40 tackle, that's farmable. So I guess the only advice I have for you is maybe consider switching to 4-1-3-2 when you have the possibility. Also, really, you just gotta pull on banners, man. I wouldn't pull on this one. I would strictly only pull from Dreamfest. Only pull on Dreamfests until you get a bunch of units that you can use. Alright, so that's really all I can really tell you. Since this is mostly gonna farm, yeah, 4-1-3-2 is a formation. Four defenders, 1, 3 in the middle, 2. That way you don't have to run Levin, but you don't really have the defender for it yet. So farm for Ishizaki, and then you could run 4-1-3-2, even though you have to put Gentile on the side. But I feel like that is a safer formation for you than running Levin, right? And also, when you do eventually get a better defender, you will be in a much better spot. You will get a better defender than this Gentile. You know, like, it's bound to happen. You're bound to pull one. Maybe not right now, maybe later. Alright, so going in order of the people who came in on... Wow, alright. So this is Giano, a guy from Discord, and he sent me a bunch of stuff. So let's look at all of his decks. He made 5 decks. Actually, he made 4 of them. So let's cover Giano's decks. Giano 1, Giano 2, Giano 3, Giano 4. Now we're going to talk about each one and their strengths and weaknesses one by one, alright? I also hope that you get O'Wiron and an SSR ticket. I think O'Wiron's one of my favorite defenders, frankly. I'm glad I kept him for so long, and I'm glad he's good now with the passive. So let's talk about the first two teams. Man, so for PvP, the question is, which of these teams is best for PvP? So I'm going to look at a bunch of these players right now. And, okay. So, I'm going to ignore your 3-1-3-3 team, Giano, because I don't think 3-1-3-3 is useful. I don't think it's a good formation at all. I'm going to really not pay attention to the 3-1-4-2 team, because I also don't think 3-1-4-2 is very good either. For different reasons, I think that 3-1-4-2 has a problem, and the problem is that one defender against the goalkeeper just doesn't cut it. I mean, against the forward just doesn't cut it. And in 4-1-3-2, you're almost guaranteed always to at least have two defenders against the forward, and that really eliminates options. So I'm gonna focus on your first two decks. First and foremost, I like that you managed to get the EX version. I also have the EX version. You can see it back here. So let's talk for a second about deck 1. Now you do have Matsuyama, nice. You have Jito, very nice. And you have Diaz. So for the most part, you know, you have pretty good units. Now you do have the crappy Tsubasa, and you do have the crappy Misaki. It is what it is. The only major difference here is who your forwards are. I don't see what other characters you pulled. I don't know if you have Victorino. If you have Victorino, Dream Collection, and you don't have him evolved yet and he's on your bench, you should put him on a bench, even if he's not doing anything, because you will get plus international scoring. And that'll be helpful. I think that you make the right call in acknowledging that Raiju will be like your primary source of scoring. But because of it's complicated, because your midfield, no matter what, will be pretty Japanese. Oh man, I think you're right in assuming that your primary source of goals is going to be Schneider, and as such, it's better to run Super Ferocious Attack and not play Schneider, and instead play Diaz up front with Pierre in the middle. My only problem is that your source of golden duo is not Misaki, it's actually Tsubasa. And so your midfield is very weak in tackling. There's no one there to like kind of clog it up. Only Matsuyama is there to tackle. I will give the same advice to you that I gave to Synopsis. I would farm for Ishizaki. I would farm until your fingers fall off. I would farm and farm and farm and farm. It says here, I advise you to put Diaz from Raid instead of Levin for Synopsis. Yeah, that's actually not a bad call. Raid Diaz does have a little more flexibility, but not great. It is what it is. So for right now, I would take off Levin from the bench, and I would maybe put in... Man. See, this Pierre... having trouble. See, since you kind of want a central tackler, I think that maybe Team 1 is really not that bad. Just so you can play Schneider. Even if Schneider's only job is to tackle the defenders and pressure the defense and occasionally shoot in a color mismatch. So like you're gonna fire shot against Genzo and Mueller. And I think that's what Schneider will be reduced to, trying to abuse the matchup against the best goalkeepers, which is really what he is now. That's his main job. And also tackling and moving the ball forward, because Raiju certainly cannot do it by himself. He will need help. So I think that you should be running Team 1. The only change I would do is farm Ishizaki like there's no tomorrow. Just farm so much that your phone is almost on fire daily. Farm so much that your emulator that you may or may not use basically just crashes every time because you've been playing for it for so long. Just go crazy. Go as crazy as you can. Get that up as much as you can, and play a better defender, right? So you can get rid of Gentile, and then I guess I would put him on the side instead of Bunak, moving Bunak to the side because he does have a pass cut. He is a little more useful there, but the problem is that he's not a wingback. He has no offensive skills. Okay, cat, come on, don't, kitten, Mona, ven aquí, Mona. Yes, baby. Sorry, my cat's being silly, getting on my desk. Yeah, so Ishizaki in the middle instead of Bunak, maybe. You certainly don't want to move Jito out of the middle because Jito is the bully of the team. And he does have enough blocking stats to block. But I just don't know who else you could put as a wingback. At the very least, Jito can bring the ball up. So maybe wherever you put Ishizaki, make sure you put him next to Jito. That would be like my #1 advice. Wherever you put Ishizaki, put him next to Jito. So if you put Ishizaki on the wing, it has to be on the left wing, unless you move Jito to the right, and then you put him on the right wing. You could put Ishizaki and Jito in the middle, but I feel like Bunak is more of a one-trick pony. So maybe order the line like Owyron, Bunak, Jito, Event Ishizaki in that order. And that way, Bunak can dump the ball to either Matsuyama or Owyron or Jito, and Ishizaki will mostly have to try and dump it to Jito, sometimes to Matsuyama. And I think I agree with you. Leave Misaki off to the right. Leave Tsubasa off to the left. Leave Diaz in the middle. Diaz will be your secondary tackling force, or actually you like the tackling force in the front of the field, and Matsuyama will be the tackling force in the back of the field. And that's all I got. So I think the clear winner is this one. This team right here, dude. Play this team. It's a good team. So Giano, I hope that was helpful. Yeah. So let's see. What else do we have here? After Giano, I did get messages from Galio. Alright, well, man, Galio is a troll. Galio is a big troll. His team is ridiculous. He's a whale. Let's all talk about Mr. Whale over here, alright? Let's talk about the whale over here. And I can't criticize him because I'm also a whale, like to some extent, but he's a whale with better luck. Let's look at this whaling, man, alright? Look at this team, dude. Look at this thing. Look at this. This dude wants advice. Alright, let's talk about this team right now. This team is perfect and it needs nothing to be done to it. That's it. That's my entire analysis. So the problem with this team is that because you rely heavily on Netherlands football to make Brian and Kulisman so good, you end up kind of neglecting the defense. I would see whether Kulisman and Brian are still viable if you replace the all stats plus 10 with defense plus 15 from Jito. And if you can swing that just so that you have a stronger defense, then I would do that. Because that's very important. And I would keep International Strike because it does make Santana and Schneider more viable. I don't really have any complaints about this team. I would play this team. If you gave me your account, I would go online and wreck scrubs so hard, like with almost no effort. Additionally, you know, like there's just not a whole lot to talk about here. I think maybe Jairi Dupara says put Diaz in the middle, but yes and no. Diaz in the middle is the best tackler. right? Why not? I would always put blue balls. I mean, blue balls. Oh man, I would put the black balls on a goalkeeper. I personally would use Genzo and put it on Genzo. You know, because I think Genzo has longevity. I think you will eventually be making green Genzo strong if we do get him. And I don't think Mueller... I have no indication that Mueller is ever going to get much better. Now, you do have a 4-1-3-2 SEX formation, which I hate you for, by the way. So I think that you can get away with taking off Netherlands total football plus 10 and giving a defense plus 15 from Jito. I think that even though that may reduce your total power, you will be overall much stronger. And you're talking about the formation. Oh no, 4-1-3-2 is not non-Japanese plus physical. It's actually any junior youth player gets 5 attack. In your case, it's every junior youth player gets 10 attack. Synopsis asks about Raiju. Which one do you prefer? Raiju is better shooting but bad at other things, and Neo Tiger is worse shooting but it's more balanced. Raiju. Raiju all day. Raiju is ridiculous. Always Raiju. Now, as for this team, I have no complaints, frankly. I really don't. It's a strong international team. Brian's gonna be ridiculous in it, even without the other plus 10 stats. I think my concern is that Kulisman may or may not be as good, and that's why I'm thinking about it. Because if Kulisman is not as good, you may want to look at other, I guess, midfield options. But my concern is that I don't really want to play Natureza on the side, because he doesn't really know any skills yet. He doesn't have like a pass or a cut or anything. And Kulisman is a pretty decent ball distributor. Especially if he has plus 15% stats and an extra plus 10% attack. So I would think about it, right? Like if Kulisman works on your team, I would keep him there. And then you know, obviously you didn't get like Chester, because otherwise I'd tell you run Chester all day because he gets killer pass. And that way when you do eventually manage to get other stuff, for example, like the Dreamfest Calts, you'll be able to do stuff like Germanic Combination and have a really good time. You know, it's fine. If I was going to put Ishizaki anywhere, I would put Ishizaki in for a Wyron, but there's no need. I feel like Ishizaki for you is a passive. Or maybe later on when you're going to make a red team, I would keep him around. But you're not like in a whole lot of... You're not in dire straits here. Your team is fine. You don't really need a whole lot of help. This team is fine. Synopsis, it is a 12:21 here. I'm gonna wrap it up soon. I am going a little over time, but I do really want to do this Team Doctor stuff. This is primarily the kind of team I want to do. Now, what else we got? I think that's it for teams. So yeah, that's it for Team Doctor. You know, we covered a bunch of different teams. Galio, I think maybe, did I miss anybody? No, I didn't miss. I think Galio was the last player to ask me. So, I wouldn't run 20% intercept for Netherlands 10%, but I would run the defense. The reason why maybe you don't want to run the 20% intercept is you don't have like the interception core that, for example, oh, Hunchcrow. Hunchcrow, you did not send me a team, did you? Where is your team, buddy? I don't see it. You never sent me a message with your team. At least I don't see it. Maybe I'm blind? Honchkrow, if you could send me your team, maybe we talk about it real quick. Galio, you will use Ishizaki in the future. He's worth getting. And when you assemble a red team, you will be using him. Trust me. And again, Synopsis does make a good point. Masao and Wiren with the 20% intercept buff, really strong. As you could see, I don't really have a whole lot of buffs, and my Masao, 8,500 intercept. My Wiren 6,400. If I fight against a forward, that's another 20% on top. You know, like, and that's just before the game where my club stats don't come into play. Synopsis, keep farming, dude. Just farm until you can't farm anymore, and only farm that. Like, do your daily, but then immediately go back to farming. Like, that's all I spend my stamina on right now. I've spent Dream Balls on this farm. Like, I don't care. I'm going full hard on this. So let's see, Honchkrow. I'm waiting for his team, but then after that, he'll be the last team. Honchkrow OP. So here you go, Ray Honchkrow. Okay, all right. So, right, Honchkrow, can you also send me? Can you also hold on? Can you send me your bench? Send me your bench. So let's talk about Honchkrow's team. Oh, hold on. I have a complaint. The Hollandaise guy on the left must be replaced. Jairi, the Kulisman is pretty solid. No matter what. Kulisman is solid. I know you're thinking, oh, I gotta replace him. But he's usable. Even with just 15% buff, he gets, that's so many stats. He's actually pretty viable. He's not ridiculous. But with the 15% stats and another extra 10% to his attack, he is a viable wing. He's a viable winger. I know you don't think so because he doesn't have the total football. But he still has a pass skill, and he still, if I recall, he gets a pass skill and he gets a dribble. The problem he has is that he doesn't have any defensive skills. And I know you say put Natureza, but Natureza is a glorified shooting like monster. And frankly, for Natureza, you already have a better Natureza. Like there's already better than Natureza. It's called Kluivert. And then Natureza just has a tackle. That's his only contribution to actual team play. I don't think he's very good. I run him because I don't have a choice. I need a tackle up the middle, and so I have to play him. I don't have an option. I need a tackle up the middle. And then Tsubasa... Tsubasa is more playable, maybe, than Kulisman, but I could see it. I could see Jairi's complaint about not running Kulisman. I like Kulisman a lot. He's not great. Alright, so let's talk about Ray Honchkrow. Ray Honchkrow has a team here. His resolution is funny, so we're going to have to show this and then just kind of sort of make it work. Alright, cool. So Ray Honchkrow, this is his team, and his only backup is Golden Duo Misaki. So let's talk about this team right now. You are maxed the right player first. Congratulations. This is the one to do. Crap. I don't have a lot of complaints about this team. I wish you had a better defender, but I don't blame you for not putting in Diaz. Diaz is not... I don't think this Diaz is very good right now. He's not bad. He's playable, but you have such better options pretty much all around. Wow. All right, so here are my concerns. You have Shoshunko. You gotta max him. Um, I mean, Akai is pretty decent, but I think I like Shoshunko a little bit better. Um, hmm. Man, this is hard. This is actually kind of hard. Margus, but Margus is not like not crazy. Now I'm not a fan of Natureza, but I see why you're running him. I feel that Misaki, the goal of running a Misaki is to have access to Golden Duo, and you have Tsubasa on the bench for Natureza. I feel like you might almost be better served not starting Natureza. And I think you need Ishizaki. You're another person that needs to farm for Ishizaki. I just don't know if you can do it with this team. I think you're going to have the hardest time to try and get him. And I say this because you have Matsuyama at defense, and I don't like Matsuyama at defense. And also, you don't have a great blocker. You only have a above average blocker and Jito. So for you, I would recommend move your Misugi to the middle. Red Misugi goes in the middle now. I would try to get my hands on Ishizaki and maybe keep 4 defenders and move to 4-1-3-2. And maybe start Akai. Or actually, let's go with 4-1-3-2. Your goal should be, in my opinion, you want to go to a 4-1-3-2 defense. Right? I have no way of illustrating this for you right now. But for example, you want to go to a defense kind of like this, where it's 4-1-3-2. You want to move your Jito out to the side. You want to move your Matsuyama out to the side because he's kind of a tackling kind of guy, right? And you have Misugi, so I don't have that Misugi, but I would put, for example, you got like pretend that's the same Misugi. I would put him like here or here. Either of these spots, I would put your red Misugi because he is a better blocker, and you do kind of need that. And ultimately, I think that even though you do have Akai to play here, I don't think Akai... I mean, Akai does have the full complement of skills now because he does have shoulder block. But his passing is so bad. However, his tackling stat is high enough that you can kind of bully opposing attackers with dangerous tackle. It's just so expensive. And I feel like Shoshunko with his cheaper tackle and full complement of like A abilities otherwise and like a C pass is good enough to play instead, especially considering like Akai's pass is so bad. Like he has legit like a 5500 base pass. He's such a bad passer that I wouldn't use him, right? So once you get like this Ishizaki right here, which you should farm for, I would put him to the right of Misugi, and I would put Jito on the left wing. And whenever Ishizaki takes the ball, I would kick it over to Matsuyama because Matsuyama does learn Eagle Pass, and you can make it C40, so you can kind of distribute the ball out from there. And I would consider, once you do 4-1-3-2, I would consider maybe not playing Natureza and playing like Klabasa on the right. And if you can play Golden Duo Misaki on the left, play Golden Duo Misaki on the left. I know maybe you really like Red Misaki because he can shoot, but I don't think he's very good. I don't think his shot stat is worth it. And frankly, you have good enough 3 shooters in the middle, right? Like, your other 2 offensive midfielders will be able to set up for Brian. They will be able to set up for Margus, and they will be able to set up for Schneider, where you won't really need that. So I would go with Shoshunko in the middle, Ishizaki in the middle, switch. I will go 4-1-3-2. I know that you have Robson, but I wouldn't play him instead of Matsuyama. I would actually play Robson instead of... No. My problem with Robson is that his skills are so bad, man. He doesn't... He has good block, but then he has this. Why? Why does he have... Hold on, look at this. Robson has a good blocking stat and decent power, and so then they decided that, right, like with all this stuff, they were gonna give him high power block A. Come on, man. That's so silly. Man. I'm like offended. I'm offended that that character exists. So I really don't like this Robson. He is in some ways a better blocker than Jito, but I don't think he's a better blocker than Misugi. So I would move again. I would move the Misugi to the middle. I would move Jito to the wing. I would put Ishizaki next to Jito, and I would leave Matsuyama. And the reason for that is because Matsuyama is at least a tackler, and then he can fire the ball up front. And because you don't have Dreamfest Matsuyama, so why the hell not? For your defensive midfielder, I would keep Shoshunko and I would max him. For your midfield, I would keep Kluivert where it is, and instead of the midfield you're playing, I would play Golden Duo Misaki and Club Tsubasa. And then I would keep your offense mostly the same. I would keep Margus and I would keep Schneider. Now Margus has the weakness of not really having, I guess, like a good shot. You could make a case to run 4-1-4-1 or 4-2-3-1 and leave Schneider as a sole up top, and then you would be mostly relying on scoring from Schneider and Kluivert. So it is what it is. I don't really like Robson. I wouldn't play him. Jairi disagrees. He says that he's better at block than Jito, and if you put Robson on center, it's okay. But I think that Robson's block is not high enough, and it's an A skill. That may not be a deterrent for you. You may find that you can just level up the A skill with the SR balls. I don't like the idea of spending any balls on that guy. I personally would rather have Matsuyama as a real wingback, as a real fullback, that participates also in the offense a little bit and is primarily a tackler. I would not use Robson as a tackler. Again, 4,200 tackle and a red tackler, while at least Matsuyama has 5,000 tackle and can learn Eagle tackle and can have Eagle tackle leveled up and learns forcible interception and gets a pass. I think he is a better participant. He's a better outlet for your defensive line if you do get the red Ishizaki from the store. So there's a lot you could do. You could do 4-2-3-1. You could do 4-1-4-1, and then you can leave Nachureza in, and then you could do something like Nachureza, like your central 3 will be Kluivert, Nachureza. Like for example, here let me show you. You could say, oh god, what is this formation? I do believe I have 4-1-4-1 around here. I should have picked it up, right? Something like this. Oh, I don't like. There's one where it's kind of like a. It's a little bit better. Oh man, don't tell me. Did I dream this formation? I dreamed this formation for sure. Let's I mean, you could also do stuff like this. This is a funny formation actually. If you do want to run 3-2, but the problem is that it spreads out your defenders a bunch, right? But you could run this formation. Let me show you what I'm doing, right? But if you do run a formation like this, what you can end up doing is stuff like this, right? Pretend that this, hold on. Pretend that this is Kluivert, okay? Just pretend that Diaz is Kluivert for a moment. And just Put him there, and then you grab, where is this worthless pile of garbage? Where are you? Boom, right here. And boom, and suddenly you have like this funny 3-top going on, right? So you'll have like Schneider, this, and this. Jairi says, Robson is better blocker than Jito. I don't want Jito in the middle. The defensive line that I would want for that team, it looks more like this. Hold on, let me put this here. So you could do stuff like this too, and then you place this guy over here, right? And then where's Klobasa? Klobasa. And then like that. And then I don't have a real version of Shoshunko, but you can see what I mean. Just plop him right there. And then you get, you put Jito here. And you don't really need him. You can, if you want, put Robson there. Right? He has a better block, but he's a worse tackler. So I don't really like Robson. When I put Jito on the side, it's because I want to tackle. And then when I put Matsuyama on the side, it's because I want his tackle. And so while I'm up in the middle, as a result, I want to put this guy here as my blocker, right? And then you had Red Misugi, but we're gonna pretend that this is Red Misugi, and I'll put him right there, right? And then I would just kind of go fetch my goalkeeper. Let's see what goalkeeper you have. You have Genzo, so you're in good shape. Where are you, Genzo? Right here. Just something like that, you know. Pretend this guy is from the Netherlands. Maybe I have a crappy Netherlands character I could put in for him. Here, let's just pretend that this is Kluivert. Alright? And so your team can look something like this. And then for like the team skills, I might pick something like the Kluivert team skill. Let's see what you have on your bench. With Kluivert and Natureza and Schneider driving your offense, I would go Super Speed Strike. Then I might consider, if you do get this guy, maybe Keen Insight, just so that you can make everything passing through here more difficult. But it doesn't have to be. You can run something a little more useful. I'm trying to figure out where I pick. Obviously, I think you could run this. Jairi, the block is not the concern. This right here. This 53-98 tackle. I have him on the side. I want to tackle. That's why he's over here. Right? That's why I'm putting him. I know you insist about blocking, but I have Red Misugi and Red Ishizaki in the middle to block. And I have Red Jito tackling. Because you do need tackles. Now, he does have a worse block. You're not wrong. He does have the same blocking skill. You're not wrong. But I want a tackler. That's why I have him still, a tackler. With my SR evolved a bunch of times, Eagle Tackle. You know? Sometimes you need to slide into a dude. It's okay. These are just things that happen sometimes. You gotta slide into people sometimes. You know, and you can kind of level this guy up and give him some skills too. He'll be a decent blocker in the middle. So, yeah, I would run Super Speed Strike, International Offense, and then after that, I would start playing around with what you think would be best. A good idea could be you do this Unparalleled Accuracy. Obviously, these guys won't be affected, but you will have a better pass here and a better pass here. You know, that's something to look at. It is an option. It will make your passes incredibly tough to deal with. If you ever get Sao Paulo Tsubasa, you can just drop them in here into the side. Maybe 4-1-4-1 is the formation for you, you know? And I feel like this is the longest one of them because yours had the most potential work that could be done to it. So, Honchkrow, I hope that is helpful for you. I hope that that little bit of team doctoring was you know, was something that you could use. And then now I'm going to I guess you know, people want to play, so I guess I'll play one. You know, I don't expect to win. I'm tired, but I'll just drop this guy here because you never know when you're gonna need to shoot the ball real hard. And then I'm gonna need some of these passives. Yeah, it is what it is. So alright, a bunch of people do want to play online. Synopsis, I don't know when 4141 will be available again, but I do remember them apparently bringing back all of the old stuff that's gone away so that you can get it again. They did that in Japan, I believe, so you could still get it. So we're gonna play, I'm gonna set up one online match and I'll play that. It'll hopefully last 11 to 7 minutes. My grade is embarrassing because I really haven't played this season. I don't care. I've been too busy farming. And for a little while I wasn't really playing. So we're gonna... Whoa, hold up. No, I wanted a friendly, dude. Where's the friendly match? Friendly match, there you go. So... I'm gonna hide this for a moment so I can be pretty ready. And once this comes live, first come, first serve. Whoever joins in will play. I can't promise that my game client won't crash because it loves doing that. It's already, I think it's already marathoning out. Yeah, I'm gonna have to restart the game real quick because the emulator has been running for a while. It does break. So we're gonna restart Captain Tsubasa real quick. Thank you, Captain Tsubasa. Yeah. We did cover Synopsis, Jairi. So let's go. Let's start a friendly match. And let's start recruiting. Alright, so 3, 2, 1, the total power, and there you go. 503205 is my power, and the share ID is 075425. 075425. I will play whoever shows up. It'll be great. You can beat me up like I beat up Caleb. Or maybe I'll beat you, who knows. It'll be great. So join up if you're interested. I'm gonna look at some stuff here in the Discord. G, whose team has been roasted so far? Arc KFC. Man, I could go for some KFC actually. Behemoth, no K-Lab Game Station today? Nah, I've been streaming instead. Silver Dono, 2 more tickets for Ishizaki. Good job. Silver Dono is one of the resident Discord whales. Bought a ton of balls. Got a ton of characters. Jerry, yes, but Ishizaki Red is something you can solve. And if there's no 414 available, then he can play stuff like 3241. Similarly, if that were the case, I would play Robson. Stuff like that. My guess is that no one's really interested in the PvP. Everyone was saying, "Hey, are you gonna play a match?" I would go play a normal online, but I might get a bot. So it sure is looking like I might have to go find myself a bot, huh? Alright, well, I'll let it get to 158 total time, and if not, I'll go beat up on a potential bot in grade 4. Exciting times ahead. I haven't PvP'd in a minute, so I'm rusty, so it'll be great. So I hope you guys were enjoying the stream so far. I hope you guys found some of this interesting. Oh, Slim Shady's here. I almost wrote something mean to someone on the Discord. I was like, someone asked if there was any reason for no game station, and I was like, Anime Japan. And someone's like, that makes no sense. I'm like, I mean, if you think about why I said Anime Japan. Anyway, alright, so no one's showing up. Let's try our luck here. Wow, that's toxic over here in the Discord. So let's match up against someone random. Let's go bot. Let's see what happens. Now I always use the online talk of my club to paste images of the teams, because I always keep the formation of my opponent on hand. I find it to be very helpful. Damien, yes, I do have a mechanical keyword. Let's see, it is a grade 4 guy. Grade 4, I see, okay. I think this is a bot. Let's try it out. Let's say hi to the bot. The bot's not responding. Okay. Oh crap! That was not the intention there. Kaiser tackle. I'm gonna lose the ball here because I was too slow to click. It does feel like a bot though. Oh, I've never seen that. Oh, he intercepted. That might be caught. Yep, nice. It is for sure a bot. That's kind of depressing. Let's see what skills we've got. C Kaiser dribble 20, but we taught him A Kaiser step 2. Well, sure. Bots like shooting from out here sometimes. Yep. Kurae. Fire shot! Fire! Probably block it. Yep. Yep, flex those muscles, Jito. Thank you. So let's just Alright, so this isn't one of those really depressing Tsubasas where they have S drive shot. I've run into a couple of those lately. It makes me really sad. I didn't want to play against the bot, man. So, oh, here's a cool thing. The new passes they added makes super low golden eagle shot 322. I'm gonna try to Santana turn and then crash a ball in. Let's see what happens. Yep. Oh well, don't mind if I do. That's that good RNG. And I'm just gonna. My angle is awful, so I'm just gonna use this. Alright, so now we did the skill check. We now know that windmill catch is in there. Wow, okay. Sure. I will take a free goal. Oh man, Captain Toho Hyuga with Raiju and Neo Tiger. Yeah, dude. It's just depression at that point, right? So try to collapse on the... What's going on here? Twin drive shot 50, South American dribble, crisis tackle, backflip drive overhead kick. But why though? You already have... That means you spent some of your coins on that. Alright. Yeah, there's no way I get that, but... I did touch it, so it might get cut, maybe? Nope. Alright. So he's got some strong shots. We're just gonna try to bully him. Yep. Bullying successful. What a silly skill. Oh, he might take it. Yep. That sucks. Let's see what happens. Everything he says is tai. Wow. Free Bassa sucks. Now, I'm in full power, so I'm more willing to spend a lot of stamina doing stuff. Misaki-kun, hasho! Let's pass it over our boy here. Power block. I could probably trap this through Raid Gentile. Hey, listen, I still want my points, Jairi. I'm not gonna play this and not get my points. It's not gonna happen, you know? Blow him away, that's nice. B60, good enough to beat a not very high level Mueller. For funsies. Man, I just want to see him play. Like, I know he's level 1 and everything, but I don't actually care. Damn, his voice is cool. Am I gonna buy a Lambo with my YouTube money? What YouTube money? I haven't even gotten a PayPal donation yet. Alright, cool. Ah, he looks so cool. Alright, let's go. 920 pass cut, baby. Come on. He touched it! His 920 pass cut touched it. Ooh. Interesting. That does make his stats a little more annoying. I don't think I can tackle him. That's a free pass. This I'm just willing to just bully. Gee, it's late enough now that after this is done, it's gonna be 1 AM. I'm just gonna go straight to sleep. We're gonna nutmeg feint. It should work. He's a red unit. A lot of people forget that. I mean, obviously not the CPU. The CPU doesn't care, but a lot of people forget that Nachireza's only way to move forward is really like one of his feints. Oh, he might stop this. That's a gold crit. Wow, very good. No, it is not in fact a 24-hour charity stream. Let's try to take the ball one more time. Oh, he's gonna get to give the ball to somebody. He, for some reason, gave the ball back. I'm just gonna... Yep. Alright, I want to show off trick shot, so I'm just gonna... Oh, shit. Fuck. Fuck. My plan didn't work. Fuck it. Guys, the plan was unsuccessful. Oh, I'm out of stamina on Jito. That sucks. At least I guessed right. Alright, I'm going to try to set up trick shot, even though it's not gonna score. I just want to do it. Oops. I closed the file. Whoopsie. Alright, so... Alright. Please get the ball the right height. No! Yes! Check this out. It looks so goofy. It's so cool. He's gonna stop this. I can't believe he used the punch too. It's so cool. Alright. Looks like Green Schneider is gonna get a chance to shoot. No, he's not. No, Jairi, it's not that I want to lose points. It's that I don't want to lose the chance to get free points. You misunderstood me, man. You thought I was gonna lose points. No, I skip bots all the time because I don't want to play them. But, like, especially if I'm trying to, like, actually play people, I will skip bots all day. But when I just need points, dog, I'll take bots all the time. And frankly, like, I'm too tired. Now that I kind of just did this, I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna keep it. Alright, so we got to see Espadas' goofy shot. You got to see me beat up on a scrub. And I feel like I would not be a real dude if I did not at least do one of these. I will do this only once ever in my life to celebrate the fact that this is a new stream and that it went pretty well. So let's go. Let's get a bunch of garbage characters. Let's kick at this. My luck with gacha is terrible, so I'm not gonna get anything. I got some confetti. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Alright, let's go. Let's fucking go. Oh shit. Oh, okay, that's cool. So I did want one of those. Alright, alright. Alright, alright. Okay, cool. Alright. Hey! Nice! That's sweet! I wasn't expecting that. That's really cool. Wow. Hey, it was 1 minute. You're right. It was 101 when I did that. The theory works. Alright, cool. Alright, so, I wasn't really expecting a new player. Cool. I do have something to give him immediately, too. I have a couple levels of the skill. And I do have ideas. It's not Dreamfest Diaz, but now I have that much more hope that next Dreamfest, I will get Dreamfest Diaz. He does come with power play. That does give me some ideas. I do have enough red units now that I could try to do some stuff. Oh, Jairi, I showed the trick shot already. You can scroll back. There's DVR mode. You can just go back in time and look at me play and I do kick the trick shot. But wow, hey, this is my first new gacha unit in a very long time. So I'm very happy about this. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna spend a little more time before I go, and I'm gonna give him some stuff. Let's see. Now I'm the kind of person that does all of this stuff through this, because when I'm gonna do stuff that takes a long time like this, I don't want to listen to the music all the time. So I do have some versions of Pascal that I can teach stuff to. So I have 2 Argentinian combination shots, because I am an absolute nerd. So hell yeah. Let's teach them both, because I am absolutely dummy. I'm absolutely stupid. I'm just gonna teach them both of them, so you can all just go, where are you doing with your life? Here's an overhead kick, but I don't care. Let's give him this one. Boom. I have problems in my life. Give him all these garbage skills. Now let's train this dude. Let's throw some coaches at him, because I'm sure I have a bunch of coaches. Let's go. Yeah, I got coaches. Yeah, it's just Jairi Dupar, strange legs. It's like in the manga, like a scissor. Yeah, so what he's doing is that he's kicking the ball into his bottom leg, like he's ricocheting the ball to change the trajectory. Dude, it is the goofiest shot ever. Like, ain't nobody ever done that in real life. It's just some dumb, it's some dumb like anime shit, and it's cool. I like it. I like how he jumps into the air. That's actually the thing I like the most. How he jumps into the air to do it. Let's just throw coaches at him. I don't care. The point of using Golden Duo. Oh, Honchkro's talking to me about Golden Duo. Nah, dude, use Golden Duo. Whatever you just said, don't worry about it. Use Golden Duo. It's good. I could even use my stuff. Espada's Dreamfest. Man, synopsis? Yes, I'm about it. I'm not gonna keep giving him more coaching stuff. I'm gonna do that after I evolve him, but I just want to kind of like get rid of crap from my inventory, so I'm gonna just level him to 80 right now, because I don't really Alright, here's an ad. Here's a stupid ad. I just really wanted to kind of like get rid of all my coaches real quick. Damien, is your stream gonna be regular? Yes. Plan on doing it more regularly. Synopsis. It's very unlikely that there will ever be a goalkeeper and a forward dual position, just because of the nature of how that works. But that would be really cool. I would like it. Misugi Dreamfest. I would also very much like a Misugi Dreamfest. So here you go. We have level 80 Pascal. I don't have the stuff to evolve him right now, so. But alright. Anyways, that's really cool. I went and I blew 50 dream balls, and I got rewarded for it. I would never ever normally blow dream balls on a normal banner. I want to show you again, like I was saying, Kazuo B60. I got that by doing it. And also I want to show everybody, this is what I got for the I think it was the last Dreamfest. This is what I pulled in the Jito Dreamfest. Alright, I don't need this. I'm saving them because I'm waiting for the blue samurai banner in case it comes by. I'll then fuse them and maybe keep a Raiju shot on the side. But I don't know, I'm annoyed at this. This is really annoying. Maybe I'll save some of these for when I get like if I get like the blue Hyuga or the green Hyuga, I can give them Raiju shot. But sucks. And I have like multiple versions of Robson, even though my least favorite character is Robson. Whatever. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching the stream. Thanks for participating. Thanks for bringing me your teams for. Thanks for bringing me your teams for the team doctor, the team clinic. I'm glad that you guys seem to enjoy yourselves. I hopefully next time we can also enjoy ourselves with you know, we'll have more news. We'll be able to talk about the news that KLab reports, and then we'll be able to talk crap about KLab and how bad they are at playing Captain Tsubasa. So thanks a lot for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys. I'm gonna try. I can't really stream on Fridays, and Thursday and Tuesday are not great days, but this Wednesday night kind of thing, Eastern time obviously, works out pretty well for me, and I can probably next time I'll spend less time streaming. And the next thing I'll do some other time is that I will try to do like a stream, maybe like on a Sunday for me, and that'll just be Team Clinic. And what we'll do during the week is that we'll talk about strategies and new stuff for the game that maybe KLab didn't really explain compared to the explain properly for the global version compared to the Japanese version. And then we'll do like team clinics on Sunday, and that probably would be a little bit more fun, right? So we'll figure it out as we go along. So thank you, muchas gracias a todos. See you guys next stream.